What is good, my friends? It's your favorite YouTube dealer. We got some Bugzy Malone. We've been checking him out on the live streams. I've known of him for a while now, but this man is built different, and I'm really excited to see this. Is called Invite Only. I don't know if this is like a specific platform or some new thing that they're doing. The only one that I've seen was JME, and I enjoyed that one, so I'm assuming that this is also going to be pretty dope. So before we dive in, I just want to give a shout out to my man Lewis. He stops in the live streams. If you guys can, just show him a little bit of love down below in the comments. Like, he's a super shy, anxious dude, and as far as I know, he's gonna finally talk to a girl for his first time. So I want to push some good energy his way. So if you guys can give him a little bit of love down below in the comments, I appreciate you guys. Let's dive into this. Bugzy Malone, Invite Only. Let's see what that man was up to. By the way, he's from the UK. That's what made me think of Lewis, and he's always the one that sends through the Bugzy Malone shit. So, you know what I'm saying? If you a fan of Bugzy, y'all in the same boat. The girl thing, probably not, but that's why we're going to give him our energy.
It's invite only, man. Don't call me, I'll call you.
We got you, Lewis.
A lot of you guys can't even ring the doorbell, let alone the king of the north.
Let me get a chair, please.
Floor's yours, my boy.
Respect. I said I give my soul to this shit, so let me start talking. Cause I've been running around the block, but let me start walking. I really had to slow it down, I know it gets awkward, but I had to sit you down. I know the time is on, man, but you're the one I call dad, so fuck a closed coffee. And fuck a YouTube funeral, they don't know nothing. They don't know about the days we had the roads popping. When the R&B was heavy, we was immature and petty. I'm no sidekick, but I felt your heart stop. When I was busy making music, trying to chart up. And I still don't even know where they buried your body. Life's short as the flower blossoms, the leaves drop, and this is long overdue. It should have been a visit, but what we didn't do in life, we can do in the spirit.
Okay, so it sounds like this is him speaking to his father, who passed away at some point, but it doesn't seem like they were maybe very close or anything, because he doesn't know where he was buried. I'm not sure exactly why, but I actually can relate to that. It's not even that I wasn't close. He just passed when I was really young. I don't even remember the timeline of things. I think I know like kind of where he is, but he never got an official tombstone. Like, it's a weird situation, but I don't know exactly where. I just kind of have an idea.
Sidekick, but I felt your heart stop when I was busy making music, trying to chart up. And I still don't even know where they buried your body. Life's short as the flower blossoms, the leaves drop, and this is long overdue. It should have been a visit, but what we didn't do in life, we can do in the spirit. You can hear me clearly, right? This is more than a lyric. Well, let me know you're acting like I can just ask Siri. This isn't Bugzy Malone. I didn't bring the mask with me, and I didn't bring any bravado. This is that gritty. And don't start trying to blame the law, cause all that's blasphemy. It's like my heart's locked and you've got the master key. Wait, let me sit back down, I'm being overbearing. Cause for years I told myself I didn't have a parent, and that's the way I cope with feeling like nobody cared. Cause when you're reaching out for love and there's nobody there you trust, it's either jail or it's drugs, so you learn not to give a fuck. They say I'm cold, but then being cold isn't glamorous. Have you sat before the judge? Are you beneath or you above? Will I see you when it's over? Will you meet me at the top? Cause I have to go to heaven, and I have to sit with God. Cause I've been running around in circles and the cycle's gotta stop. When you see your parents unemployed, you don't want a job. And I didn't want to work in Mackie D, sweeping up. My ambition introduced me to that bally and then gloss, but you would say that that's my pride, right? Looking back in hindsight.
This shit is crazy. Yo, I love when people do this kind of shit where they're talking to somebody. I love this. We got to go back. We got to go back. We got to go back. Hold up. Let this man cook. Let this man cook.
Feeling like nobody cared. Cause when you're reaching out for love and there's nobody there you trust, it's either jail or it's drugs, so you learn not to give a fuck. They say I'm cold, but then being cold isn't glamorous. Have you sat before the judge? Are you beneath or you above? Will I see you when it's over? Will you meet me at the top? Cause I have to go to heaven, and I have to sit with God. Cause I've been running around in circles and the cycle's gotta stop. When you see your parents unemployed, you don't want a job. And I didn't want to work in Mackie D, sweeping up. My ambition introduced me to that bally and then gloss, but you would say that that's my pride, right? Looking back in hindsight.
Woo. See, I like how he said my ambition introduced me to the, did he say the belly in them gloves? Like the ski mask and the gloves is what I assume he's talking about. And it's like, yes, it shouldn't be where you go, but when you have ambition, you want to achieve, and like, doesn't seem like there's any open doors. You go to the one door that seems like it might be open a little bit, and it's like, you know what, F it, I guess this is my route. Even though it makes no sense, but at the time, especially being young, you don't always see it that way. And it's dope to just hear the perspective of people and how they break it down. And, you know what I'm saying? Especially people that found their way out of that and found their way to something. It's always really interesting.
Your parents unemployed, you don't want a job. And I didn't want to work in Mackie D, sweeping up. My ambition introduced me to that bally and then gloss, but you would say that that's my pride, right? Looking back in hindsight, you told people that I changed up under the limelight. When people changed up around me because I rhymed tight, I was boxing every day, remember I was trying, right? Traded in my balaclava, I seen drama cost a life. I was getting beaten up, you left before I lost the fight. I heard you was outside telling people I wasn't thinking right. So much for the emotional support. And that money that I gave you that you never gave me back, that was a couple £1,000, maybe even 3 or 4. I was only 18, I built that money from the floor. And when I didn't win that fight, you didn't love me anymore. And I couldn't get in touch when I was trying to build rapport. When I started making music, rapping was my last resort. And you said that I left you poor. You called the hospital looking when I've fallen off my bike. I wouldn't trust you by my side when I was fighting for my life. Now the doctor says the crash left a scar on my brain, but the scars on my heart are deep like that from a knife. And I can never lose my sanity. This is no cap, so when I throw, I gotta land, and what I hit has got to snap.
Bro, he's cooking on this. This shit is, whew, I like this. So I don't know if this is like meant to be a specific setting for people to really get more deep and real in their lyrics, but if this is the case, we need every artist in the UK to come through. Every dope artist got to come through here. I want to see it all.
I fight, you didn't love me anymore, and I couldn't get in touch when I was trying to build rapport. When I started making music, rapping was my last resort. And you said that I left you poor. You called the hospital looking when I've fallen off my bike.
So what's interesting is I don't know if that was him legitimately like kind of messing up a little bit and then just catching it perfectly and going, or if it was meant to be that kind of pause and you said I left you poor type of shit.
I wouldn't trust you by my side when I was fighting for my life. Now the doctor says the crash left a scar on my brain, but the scars on my heart are deep like that from a knife. And I can never lose my sanity. This is no cap, so when I throw, I gotta land, and what I hit has got to snap. I'm just speaking from my spirit, I just hope you speak back. But we'll never speak again in this life. How deep's that?
Yo, that's a crazy... but we'll never speak again in this life. How deep's that? Yo, that's crazy. Like, and this is wild. Like, there's a lot of things that, see, this is interesting because they had a certain relationship where, like he said, at 18, I loaned him some money. I looked like he was boxing and fighting. He lost a fight. Dad stopped showing him love. Like, they had a very weird, tumultuous type of relationship. You know what I mean? But it doesn't seem like he had that full closure yet. And I think in a lot of people's lives, that's the case. Even with people that you get along with and stuff, you just may not have knew it was coming so soon and you don't have that closure. And so now it's like, you know, we're never going to be able to have this conversation, at least not in this life, right? If there is something after, we'll have to wait until I get there with you.
Sunny, this is no cap, so when I throw, I gotta land, and what I hit has got to snap. I'm just speaking from my spirit, I just hope you speak back. But we'll never speak again in this life. How deep's that? I call this one the scar on my brain, huh? I call this one the scar on my brain, huh? The scars on my heart give me pain, cause you hurt me as a child, but it's too deep to explain now. I call this one the scar on my brain, huh? I call this one the scar on my brain, huh? I never told them there's a scar on my brain. You wonder why I get so triggered. Run up on me, I'm not playing now.
This was amazing. I really enjoyed this beat. Awesome. This, to me, this is why rap is so amazing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, a lot of dope shit when people just say crazy bars and they got doubles and triple entendres and all these crazy complex things. I love that about rap. And that's another thing that makes rap so dope and differentiates it from a lot of other things, because you don't get it in that same rapid fire, I could just kind of cook and go in type shit. But I think as much as there are a lot of very personal and deep songs throughout all genres of music, it's never told in the same depth as it is in rap, because rap is literally mainly focused on the lyrics and the vocals of just rapping, and it's like it's basically talking to you in just a certain style is really all rapping is, right? And so it's like I'm now storytelling to you my entire story, whereas all other genres of music, there are lyrics and stuff like that, but it doesn't take the forefront in the same way. The music is carried more so by the instruments and all that kind of stuff, and the lyrics do help push all of that, and there are some really dope songs, don't get me wrong, but it's hard to tell an in-depth story about talking to somebody and go through all the stuff that he did in this in a rock song or in a, you know what I'm saying? So that to me is the beauty of rap, and that's why I like shit like this more than anything else, because this is the shit that really differentiates us from all the other genres, in my opinion, and really showcases what is capable in rap. So I love to see stuff like this. Appreciate you guys. Let me know what you guys thought down below. Take it easy, stay safe. I will catch you in the next one, homie.